Yeah, Michael Rabbit, been a parishioner here at St. Mary of the Woods for 22 years with my wife Sarah and two children, Patrick and Kathleen. The history of the Racial Social Justice Ministry traces back to around 2001. A group of us attended a workshop that the Archdiocese held back in that time, and every parish that attended the workshop in a breakout session we were asked to have a parish resolution, something that we would commit to, some action we would take. And the St. Mary of the Woods parishioners who were attending that workshop, we agreed to form a social justice ministry. We felt that this was something important that the parish needed, even though social justice is a time-honored tradition of the Catholic Church and has a great, rich history here in the Archdiocese of Chicago. A lot of parishes do not have social justice ministries, and so we thought it was important to establish one here at St. Mary of the Woods, and we did. That's really how we got our start, and just excited that we've been able to grow it, and we've been able to establish a really close partnership with Queen of All Saints Social Justice Ministry, as well as other parishes across the Archdiocese. And those are partnerships that really have lasted today. We get together and have solidarity masses usually once a year. And really have kept up a lot of close friendships. And the other coalition that has formed too is around domestic violence. St. Mary of the Woods and Queen of All Saints are also part of a domestic violence coalition.
My name is Adele Bach. I'm with the Queen of All Saints Social Justice Ministry, and for over 20 years we worked in collaboration with St. Mary of the Woods Racial and Social Justice Ministries. In 2014, we had a speaker, Father Chuck Dom, who from Pilsen, who worked on domestic violence in his parish, and he came to our parish to speak on domestic abuse, and also he has gone to over 100 parishes in the Archdiocese and set up domestic abuse ministries. Under his leadership and with the permission of Cardinal Supich, he set up the Archdiocese of Chicago Domestic Violence Outreach Ministry, which you can Google. On that website, there's a host of information, videos, articles, background information for allies, and also prevention programs for the Center of Disease Control on Dating Matters, which has been started. For your information, as a Catholic, the U.S. Office of Catholic Bishops has a pastoral letter, When I Call for Help, that states clearly no one must stay in an abusive marriage. So you can Google that too, When I Call for Help. Domestic violence is not just physical, it's psychological, emotional, spiritual. People speak of walking on eggs at times. So if you or anyone you know needs help, there is help available. You are not alone. Of course, in an emergency, you would call 911, but also the National Domestic Violence Hotline is a wonderful resource. If you want to talk to any one of your social justice ministry members, they can also lead you in the right direction for healing.
So we've taken on a lot of initiatives around immigration, environmental justice, care for God's creation. We formed a green team here at St. Mary of the Woods, so put a lot of focus on that very important issue. When the Laudato C encyclical came out by the Pope, we made sure that St. Mary of the Woods put a focus and a spotlight on that to kind of educate the parish on the importance of that encyclical, and really have just been able to really tackle a number of social justice issues that really are important to the Archdiocese and our community here at St. Mary of the Woods. We've also maintained with the Catholic Campaign for Human Development and helping promote that annual collection. So we've really been able to establish a lot of great partnerships across the Archdiocese that have really paid off in a lot of great ways.
Hi, I'm Nancy Biancalana-Kirstein, and I am the Respect Life Coordinator for St. Mary of the Woods. Usually from maybe October till December, we have a fundraiser, so to speak, for the Women's Center. We raise money for ultrasounds, and we pass out baby bottles. My job has been to organize the baby bottles according to religious ed first and only, and school families first and only. And we have the students pass out the bottles during Mass to the parishioners. We have the school families and the religious ed families bring the bottles back about 2 weeks later, and some people even bring them in a year later. But the point is that they do come in, and the money, I'm not exactly sure what we collected this year, but last year I believe the number was almost $3,000. So that money does go to ultrasound, so pregnant mothers who are discerning, so to speak, they can get an ultrasound. So the whole idea of the Women's Center and Aid for Women and all of these organizations here at St. Mary's and other Catholic churches is that we want the mother that's carrying the baby to see that this is a human being, not a clump of cells, but the fetus is a human life. That's basically it, except that on Mother's Day we do pass out carnations usually, and that money goes to the Women's Center.
Having a strong social justice presence on the far northwest side of Chicago is really important. And I think it's something that we need to continue to feed, grow, and sustain for many years to come.